All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Yuu Yuu Hakusho, episode 110. Only
right.
3 episodes left in this show.
That's true, yeah.
We had
Kuro and Hiei was a really cool fight.
It was wonderful.
Had some really good character focus. I feel like this arc has just been the best when it focuses on the characters, going in depth a little bit more into them, and specifically Hiei.
Yep.
I mean, that's been the highlight thus far, yeah.
And we also had the bit with Kurama in the episode before that, so maybe in this one we get like a Yusuke awesome fight of similar caliber.
Yeah, I feel like Yusuke going this direction with the fights not necessarily being about who wins, but about what people are learning through this, and that kind of ties into the reason why this tournament is existing in the first place. It feels good. So I think I'm happy really no matter who Yusuke kind of ends up fighting, as long as that focus is held, because really I think the only person left for him that would be really strong would be Yomi. So
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Huh.
But then we'd have to have some kind of post-tournament stuff.
Right, exactly. So yeah, who knows? We'll see.
No, without further ado, let's get into this.
Meanwhile, over in Group D, they haven't yet called the third match of the third round. Makuro versus Natsumi. Now let's take a look at this long-lasting skirmish.
Cool.
So we've skipped ahead a little bit.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Nowhere underdog Natsumi, who's giving Makuro an unexpected run for her money. Shu and Sakatsu have been going at it like this non-stop, and while neither of them shows any signs of calling it quits, the hours and hours of energy blast appear to be taking their toll. If they keep on at this rate, there's a strong possibility that one of them may win this round, only to get too pooped to fight the...
Yeah, let's just rapidly go through these. We got shit to do.
But what's Yusuke waiting for?
Well, it's not his turn.
Right, but...
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. I feel like Yumi's also a good matchup for Yusuke character-wise.
In one corner, we have the champion of the Dark Tournament, founder of this tournament, and successor to the late, great Ryzen, Yusuke Urameshi!
How things have changed.
Yep.
And in the other corner, Yomi, who for the last 500 years has been one of the 3 major cutthroats in control of Demon World. He's seized power before, but can he do it again?
I would absolutely be okay with the filler episode that's just a day in the life of our favorite announcer.
That's a first.
I love how they all got like similar garb. Like
Right.
they're literally for combat.
I told you not to stick out.
All right. Quiet down.
Wait,
quiet down.
he had JS. Does that mean George is spelled with a J for him?
The crowd is foaming with anticipation, so throw on your swimsuits and let the bloodbath begin!
Oh shit!
All right.
We need swimsuits for this shit?
There's no way my energy can even come near his. I'm closer to Shura's level than Ayomi's. So basically, it'll be like a child trying to kick a grown man's ass. Oh well, guess I'll have to find some other way of taking him down.
When did he get so strong?
Yusuke is a far cry from that 14-year-old boy who could barely tie his shoes when we met.
Oh, they're doing the end of the series types of lines.
Yep. So is this where Yusuke's obsession with strength meets its end?
They just flex at each other.
Right.
Oh.
Oh shit.
All the fights
All the other fights are like, damn, what's happening over
Yomi
there?
just went all out. This is his all?
How do you feel about taking this to the next level and showing these boys how it's really done?
I thought you'd never ask.
What do you know? That kid may be a chip off.
And then those in the 8-hour standoff are
Right,
like,
right.
oh yeah, let's actually go all out.
Yeah. We've just been playing up till now.
Go ahead and give me all you got if you don't mind looking stupid when I kick your ass.
Oh, I don't think
See,
anyone's
this is
gonna
really all
notice
just
how
pillow
stupid
talk.
I look, as long as you're still wearing that ridiculous purple beret.
Oh,
We've been going for 8 hours, but we can go all day.
Try not to pass out, Yusuke.
Right. I love how the fight hasn't even started yet. This is just them charging themselves out.
He's like, all right, contest of strength, I win.
Yeah.
Looks like he's asking for hand-to-hand combat now.
He wants to break
And
Yusuke's
trust
spirit.
me, it's an invitation Yusuke won't be able to turn down.
I think it's no fun to just do it the other way, you know?
Right. But it's he already demonstrated himself stronger, and now he's going to prove himself to be just a better fighter.
If that's what you want!
Okay.
Whoa, wait,
All right.
what?
I guess when you're that strong, a punch will do
Yusuke
it.
scores the first real hit.
No, what was Yomi's movement?
I think that was just the spin from the punch.
He went up on a... Holy shit, wait.
What's Togashi? What are you doing? What's going on?
I know you're still alive, so you can quit playing me like a stupid kid.
Maybe he
This
wanted
is
to-
some kind of game. I'm sure as hell bored.
Inside Yusuke's mind, it's just angry dial-up noises.
For some reason, I find myself tossing out my rule book whenever you're around. You help me discover sides of myself I never knew existed. For the first time in my life, I had the strong urge to just take a punch in the face.
Well, that's why I'm here to make dreams come true.
God, I love Yusuke's lines.
Care to guess what my next urge is?
I'll take a stab.
Yeah. Trade! Let's go!
Yeah! Nothing personal.
Sup, kid? Yeah.
Yeah.
My turn.
Oh, shit!
Whoa! Just
Okay.
rapid fire multi-shots.
Blank.
Wait, something's wrong. I don't feel any of this.
Wait, really?
What's wrong with me? I feel like I'm not alive, but not dead either. Like my body's just empty.
Okay.
Oh. Are you gonna transform?
It just hit me. I don't know what I'm fighting for anymore.
Thank
do you
you!
know?
You insolent child!
Oh!
This was your idea that
Yeah.
you set in motion.
Thank you, Togashi.
Oh my god! Yes!
Yeah. He's trying to Neferpito you.
I have given up everything I thought was important to fight in this tournament with honor. You made me do that. You can't just take it back now!
Quit feeling sorry for yourself, kid.
Nice.
You knew before, but you lost sight of it since. You came to reconcile your identity.
Yep.
And though I'm gone, you've yet to determine what part I play and what
Right.
your purpose is.
Cool.
Thank you, Togashi. Thank you so much.
I can't get back to her until I know!
Yeah!
All right.
Yeah!
So let's figure this shit out.
Well, will you take a look at this? You probably should have stopped hitting me, because now you've woken up the part of Ryzen that lives on in me. and he gets grumpy first thing in the morning.
You don't know how pleased I am to hear that. As much fun as it is sparring with you, Ryzen's the one I always wished I could defeat.
But you'll do.
You'll do. Oh,
Okay.
oh, the growl in that voice.
Good way to go.
Ah,
Bang.
oh, it was red.
Point blank.
And it was red.
Yeah, and none of the blast carried on past him. All the energy was directed straight into Yomi.
Demon energy absorbing wall.
Oh,
As you see
shit.
both now and in my fight with Shura, it is
Yeah.
invincible to any
Okay.
attack.
We'll see.
I like it.
It's no use.
Then you don't mind if I try.
And then randomly fire a spirit gun. Like, yeah. And pew, 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 pew. And he's like, wait, what?
Oh,
What?
fuck, yeah.
I don't
Kie's
know what
opinion of
Yusuke's
Yusuke is just going
doing,
slowly
but at this
down.
point, he's just exhausting his energy supply.
Yeah, and what if Yomi can, like, redirect the energy that gets absorbed by the shield?
What? It can't be.
Yeah! He's putting little slivers of spirit energy in there!
He's mixing his spirit energy together with his demon energy.
A potent combination that only someone of Yusuke's odd origin could make.
He's not
Okay.
such a fool after all.
And one of these could hit dead on and be fatal. Oh, that's what's happening? Boom! There we go!
Alright, the big one!
Oh, baby! Oh! Yeah, we earned that Kamehameha.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Yusuke.
So what do we got? What's left?
No.
Sorry about that. I guess I just don't know my own strength.
And I do humbly apologize for underestimating it as well. Perhaps you aren't such a pale substitute for a fight with your demon father after all, Yusuke.
Here I was just beginning to think the same thing about you.
Okay.
Alright,
Let's go.
now let's get into the classic shit.
Yep.
Punching each other in the face.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, trading!
Yes!
Yusuke and Yomi, two warriors locked in battle, both
Had a feeling
finding
it
new
was gonna
solace
end
in
here.
the reasons
Yep.
they fight. But the greatest of stakes still hang above them, and the fate of three worlds must be resolved.
The greatest of stakes hang above them. It pans up to a 72-ounce porterhouse.
All right, that's how you do it. That's how you do it, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Thank you.
Giving us
TOGASHI.
some very much very, very, very needed focus on Yusuke's identity and motivations that brought him here, and how confused in a lot of ways his actions are in line with a lot of who he is.
Right.
So yeah, he was on a journey of self-discovery. He had a new part of himself that he didn't understand. He was frankly afraid of. And thus, in some ways, he kind of both ran away from it and ran toward it at the same time, showing how confused he was. And now he's resolved what it is. But
Right.
yeah, he hasn't made a decision based on that realization that's come about because of this arc.
Yep.
So he's been in some ways spinning his wheels, and it feels very meta in some ways, doesn't it? Like,
Oh, yeah.
that we're at the end of the series, and the main character didn't fully reconcile who they were.
Who they were, what they want, all that stuff.
Right, but it's because of a recent development, so it's not an entire
Right, it's
transformation of the character. It's just saying
exactly, because otherwise that would be that would feel disingenuous to the previous arcs and the growth that Yusuke
Yeah,
has gone on.
exactly.
But hey, there's this new development that is parallel with the themes of Yusuke's character arc, right? So it's a continuation of it rather than a replacement. And he hasn't resolved that. He doesn't know how to feel about that. And so what does he do? Well, he goes back to Demon World. Okay, cool. He meets Ryzen and they have their whole situation. But then Ryzen dies. And Yusuke, because he becomes so obsessed with beating Ryzen, thinking that's the thing that will satisfy him,
Yep.
right? he doesn't get the chance to do it, and so he doesn't even get the opportunity to realize that that's not what would have made him happy.
Yep.
Right? Because in the past, whenever he's been in situations, it's just, okay, well, you know, there will be someone really strong that then I'll beat them, and along the way, good things tend to happen, right?
Good things tend to happen, but I'll also go at it with people that will then help kind of guide me along the process. So in some ways, Yusuke is this very, very nice blend of being primarily a reactive protagonist, weirdly enough, even though his personality is one of a proactive protagonist. It's the kind of thing where seeing him in this arc specifically, where he ends up going alone, you see in some ways how this tournament was one of his first major proactive decisions with this new kind of side of him being explored.
Sure.
Where it's on some level, Yusuke, you do understand deep down what you want.
Right. And that's why you did the tournament in the first place, because subconsciously you're like, yes, this is a good idea.
I know this should work. I know there's some philosophical things that might be a bit wonky, but I think this, if it helps me this much, there's no telling how much it could help other people even more, because you should never gauge yourself as the metric of average, top, or bottom. You're just a person. But the way in which it's actually already inspired, helped people, explore their feelings, express themselves. There's a safety to it that's, kind of a little bit immersion breaking at times. But as far as a storytelling convention thing to use this element of your main character being a strong fighter and thus also likes fighting because they're good at it, then end up using that as a method to make people connect and communicate over fighting. Yeah, it's simplistic, but
it works.
It works, and it's working here in some ways because of your shared connection with Ryzen and through Yomi.
Yeah. And not just your shared connection with Ryzen and Yomi, but also the fact that you aren't here by yourself. Even if you were the only one who went over to Ryzen's group and things like that, right? You still have other friends here, and the fact that they had their fights and their moments of growth and everything before Yusuke's, I think that means a lot but in a different kind of way than I would traditionally assume for situations like this. So having the side characters fight before the main character fights makes total sense. Yeah. You want the most climactic bit to be the one with the main character because they're the main character, and that just makes the story feel a lot better, right?
Yep.
But what it also does in this situation is it showcases that they're a lot farther along as far as personal development than you are, Yusuke.
Yes, absolutely.
And
they're older.
Right, exactly. They're older. So the things that you're struggling with, they might be struggling with similar things, but they'll be able to wrestle with them a lot easier and faster and deal with them.
Right.
And so then you get to see that as the example, even if that's not necessarily something that Yusuke was thinking about. But by the time his fight actually happens, he does come to that realization of, wait a minute, why am I fighting? I did the usual thing of, okay, I'm really strong. I'm gonna try and beat him and all that stuff. Oh wait, no, he's stronger than me. He holds back. I punch him. Wait, what's the purpose?
Yep.
And that is something that absolutely makes sense to me that Yusuke would have happen here. And it wouldn't have happened if it was someone other than Yomi, I would say.
Well, I'll fight back on that a little bit. I feel like in general, the main thing was that Yomi was strong enough to knock him into the, wait, why am I doing this? What am I doing? What are any of us doing? The meaning of life.
By guts. Yeah.
He had that moment because of how strong Yomi was. In some ways, yes, it couldn't have happened with someone weaker or a lot weaker than him. But I think it could have happened theoretically with anybody strong enough to basically make him realize, well, wait a minute, actually, in this case here, not because I'm not able to beat him easily or because he's way stronger than me, but just for a second there, everything didn't matter except just surviving for a second there. And in that brief moment, it reset him. Like Yusuke is someone that I feel like is a character that pushes the ball down the hill faster so that he's more motivated to run faster. Like, he keeps the thing pushed ahead of him so that he'll, in some ways, not procrastinate. It's the energy of someone who's like,
even if it's not necessarily smart, he charges in head first because that's the way that has worked best for him.
Well, I don't think you're getting what I'm talking about here. What I'm more talking about is the idea that he sees the goal in front of him, but he knows that in some ways, if the goal isn't if there isn't something forcing him to do this, if there isn't something like pushing him to do this, then he won't do it like exceptionally. Like he won't then charge rush in. He'll kind of be a little not lazy, but kind of do the whole kind of blowing it off kind of thing, like he did with school, like he did with Keiko. I feel like in a lot of ways he needs external pressure, or he has needed external pressure in order to be able to do like most of the things that he does. And I feel like that's why I call him a reactive protagonist.
Gotcha.
Is that
I got no issue with the reactive protagonist part. I think that's very apt.
Right, but the idea that he would sometimes intentionally do it to himself in order to trigger that reactive protagonist part, where he's like, "Come on, me, do it. What are you doing?"
Right.
You know,
I'm going to be in a tournament against, and fighting a bunch of people, and hey, some of them are people that I should not be able to beat. Well, I'm stuck in this situation, so I have to figure this out. Oh, I need to beat Ryzen somehow. How I'm going to beat him, I don't know, but I got to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Yeah.
With regards to the bit of what specifically triggered this kind of response, I see it a bit differently.
Okay.
It wasn't just the fact that Yomi was stronger than him. That was important, right? If Yomi was weaker than him, it wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
But it was the fact that then Yomi did not act on his strength. If it was just another battle of strength, right, then it would have been business as usual, right?
Yusuke would have lost.
Yusuke would have lost, or he would have adapted. Who knows, right?
Sure.
But that would have been it. He wouldn't have to think about the internals. Whereas Yomi, because of an internal decision that had nothing to do with strength. I mean, maybe he wouldn't have decided to take the punch if Yusuke was way stronger than him and it would have killed him or something, right?
Right.
But he decides, you know what? I want to let this punch go through, and then suddenly Yusuke is seeing evidence that this is not just about strength here. Oh shit! But that's what I obsess over.
Right. Why would he take the punch?
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
And if I can't understand why he would take the punch, oh wait, that's a good point. I don't understand why he's doing that. I don't understand why I'm doing this. Oh fuck! What do I do?
Right. In some ways, it's the he's not actually fighting someone if they don't, show some desire to win or resist. Or
right. He doesn't want to punch somebody no matter how strong they are if they aren't like fighting him. Like that. What's the point?
Right.
In that?
Then he's like, what am I doing? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I like that, because I feel like if he's able to see that the person is, it's not that they don't know why they're doing this, but they show that dissonance with regards to their words and their actions. I feel like then it makes him realize on some level that upsets him because of his own dissonance.
Sure.
It's the relating to something that you recognize within yourself, and it bugs you more because it's something you see in yourself.
Well, and this person understands themselves enough to the point where they know that they want to take this punch.
Sure.
Right? I don't understand myself that well.
Right.
And the fact that we get this from the person that was very much set up to be the antagonist of the arc, right? That makes it even better for me.
It does,
because we also saw Yomi go through his own arc as he reunites with Kurama, right? As he not reconciles, because that had already happened, but verbalizes the growth that he's already gone on, because I would have killed me too, like I was a problem back then, right?
Right.
And then maybe Yomi would have been able to would have had the level of personal internal growth to have this fight go exactly the same, but maybe it also was affected by the fact that he also had these fights before now, where he fought his son, where he fought Kurama, right? And he also got to basically just process and think about what it is that he really wanted and all of that. And so then when it comes into this situation, he is able to be fully actualized and all that stuff. And then Yusuke sees it and he's like, I want that and I know I need it, right?
it could also be something where I'd love to see a conversation with Yomi and Yusuke after this fight, is that he's like, I didn't fully understand exactly why you did this tournament. Like, that's Yomi's thoughts. And he's like, I wanted to let the person who came up with this ridiculous idea, I wanted to feel what that punch was like.
Yeah.
And I got very little. But now the punches you're throwing, I understand them. I see them.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's played out in the very cool way that they showed them smiling and laughing as they were fighting. They were starting to enjoy it, not just from the, okay, we both understand a little bit about each other, but also primarily they understand themselves a little bit in this. But it's the, oh, okay, cool. They're now giving their all, which is how they started the episode with the, they're releasing their energy, showing that they have all the desire and means to do this. And that inspired the other fighters to then go and,
surpass their limits and all that stuff.
Do all that stuff there. But if anything, the idea of putting yourself fully on display, being vulnerable in that way, sharing why you do something, I feel like there's somebody, out there, Yusuke, who very much like to, hear that, feel that a little bit more at some point in the future.
Right.
Now, it has been a decent bit of time, but I'll just tell you, even if some things are going to be rocky, I feel like that method works pretty well for this one.
Yes.
Just throwing it out.
Yes. Yeah. And we've seen before that Yusuke can be comfortable in these kinds of life or death situations because things are made a lot simpler, but then he struggles with going back to the mundane, right? And so in some ways this feels like it's a pun intended, it's an old demon, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Will
Nice.
will Yusuke beat it this time? Who's to say?
Who's
right?
to say? We'll see.
Right, we'll see. But, I think he's got a shot.
I think he's got a shot. I liked that this episode very quickly got us to the Yomi fight because, yes, by the numbers as they put them out, there's still way too many fights ahead. And so the fact that we quickly got to this, even though they did spend a decent bit of time showing the other fights, I feel like the fact that they used those to then set up the, okay, then we'll do the same thing as well.
Right, it's relevant to their fight. Because
it's relevant, I feel like, also just to the themes of this arc, to have Yusuke and Yomi, the two characters that I would classically see as the ones that are the main horse to bet on for winning this tournament, if you will. Seeing them both inspire people is something that I would say is an interesting mark of a leader, but it's one of a dreamer, someone that potentially sees something better ahead, and rather than using this power as a way to just, ego flex on people, it's something that makes other people go, oh yeah, I'll rise up to that. Yeah.
Everybody's rising.
Yeah. He is rising.
Oh my God. I gotta say, I really liked the fact that with all of these skipping past the other fights, we have those two have been staring at each other very intensely for 8 hours. Like that did something for me of just like, one, thank you that's an offhand just little thing.
Yep.
And that we don't care about those characters.
No.
No. So just it's a joke. It's there.
Yeah.
And I'm not even entirely sure that it was supposed to be a joke.
Nope.
But
we found it.
But I'll take it as one.
Yeah. I'll definitely take it as one as well.
Yeah.
Having a tournament like this where you don't have much time left in the story. Yeah. This is a good choice.
Yes.
And I would have liked it to be done for every single other fight that's not got deep character focus, but you know what?
Yeah.
That's okay.
And I also would have liked it if Yusuke wasn't as sort of like unfun as he was up until this point, even though it was setting up that he doesn't really know what he wants, But that's fine. Like we got 3 episodes in a row of awesome
we did.
with our main boys. So
we did.
I am
really good.
I'm happy.
But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below. For our Patreon, you can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.